back to my channel. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a highly requested video that I've been asked to do many times. I did a little poll on my Instagram where I asked you guys which video you would like to see more, and this one definitely won. I'm going to be reading viral TikTok books for you guys. There are plenty of books that went viral on TikTok that I have not read because I am fairly new to the book community. So there are quite a few books that I have yet to read. This video is a perfect excuse to read them. I have a few picked out, but I kind of want to keep it a surprise as the video goes on. But I'm looking at them right now and I'm trying to decide which one I want to read. We're gonna go with Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This book has been on my shelf for quite some time and I still have yet to read it. I know Emily Henry is a highly sought after author, so it's time for me to jump on the train. Obviously, I know that this is a romance. It's about Nora and Charlie, I think. I don't really want to read too much on the back. I kind of want to go in blind. I feel like it'll be even more fun for this video. Let's get into it. Okay, so I have spent the morning reading Book Lovers, currently on chapter 7, page 90. So far, we're in Sunshine Falls. We're to the part where Nora and Charlie have finally crossed paths. I love Emily Henry's writing. I really love the way she writes. It feels very personable, and I love when books are like that. I don't know, it just makes them so much more interesting. I also love the sisterly bond between Nora and Libby. Libby is Nora's sister, and it's just really cute. I love when there's a best friend that's really important to the story, or a sister or a sibling or whatever. I just love that in books, and it's so cute. We're in Sunshine Falls. Nora and Libby went on a trip there. Nora bumped into Charlie in this restaurant. There isn't too much to say. I feel like it's hard to judge a book until you're at least 100 pages in. I feel like that's only fair, which I'm only on page 90, but so far so good. I'm gonna keep reading because I really don't know like where this is gonna go, so I'm pretty curious to see what happens. I just finished Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This book was so cute. I 100% understand the hype. I thought it was super adorable. The banter between Charlie and Nora was just perfect. It was reminding me a lot of Lynn Painter's writing in her books, and I absolutely love Lynn Painter, so that's a compliment. I ended up giving Book Lovers a 4.5 stars, which is pretty good, pretty good. We're starting off this video really good. This is just, you know, a nice fluffy romance. It leaves you feeling happy, in a good mood. I also love the bond between Libby, which was Nora's sister. Their bond and like the story between them two that you also get alongside Nora and Charlie's story was super cute. This is the kind of book that you'd read if you just want to feel happy. You want to be left feeling happy, content. I would definitely recommend this, and I definitely understand everyone's hype over it, TikTok's hype over it, and yeah, really liked it. I have picked my next read. I'm so excited for this book, and that is Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. This book, I feel like, okay, H.D. Carlton's books blew up on TikTok. That's my excuse for reading this book. I've heard so much about this book on TikTok, and I also loved the Haunting and Hunting Adeline duology. I don't know too much about it. I just know it's a dark romance, and he loves sharks, and there's a lighthouse. Haunting and Hunting Adeline were both 5-star reads, so let's see if this is too.
I don't want your love. to me now. I don't want your love. Don't come to me.
I have been reading Does It Hurt for the past like 2 hours. Currently on chapter 11, page 118, and so far it's pretty good. Basically, we have our 2 points of view. Sawyer, and she is like, she's not a convicted felon, like she's not a fugitive, she's not, like, I think she's just wanted. And Enzo loves sharks and owns like this shark rehabilitation center thing. So he works with sharks basically. So they meet at a bar in Australia and very insta-lovey. Like they literally meet, leave the bar, and you know, they're already going at it. So I was sort of expecting that with this because that's just kind of how dark romances work a lot of the time, but basically end up getting into a boat crash, a boat wreck, I don't know, onto this island in the middle of nowhere, and that's where I'm at now. I don't want to say much more because I don't want to spoil anything. It's kind of giving like mysterious vibes right now. Like there's a lot of like unsaid stuff, like we don't know a lot of what's going on, but
I don't want your love. Don't come to me now. I don't want your love. Don't come to me. No, 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 no. 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 No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
So last night I finished Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. What this book is about is it's a dark romance about Sawyer and Enzo. They get into a boat crash on a stranded island with a lighthouse and this creepy man, and they're stuck there for like a month, and it's just basically going through that entire month that they're there. Very, very, very spicy. I think like I already assumed this, but I just want to put it out there. H.D. Carlton's books are very, 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 very spicy. There were some things in this that didn't bother me per se, but I could definitely see them triggering a lot of other people. So if you're going to go into this book, definitely do your research, look at your trigger warnings, because I know there are some things that could definitely be triggering to some people. Enzo in this book owns like a research center for sharks. It's pretty cool actually. I thought it was really cool. I've never really even heard of anything like that. I don't know if that even actually exists, but if it does, that's really cool. I also really did not like Enzo's character for majority of the book. He is incredibly rude, says the most rude things to Sawyer. I do not like him at all. I only started liking him towards the end. He did have very good character development where he apologized for his actions and became like a not shitty person because he was just so mean. But I really, really liked Sawyer's character on the opposite end because she was just so funny. Like she would say things that were in like such serious moments and it would just make me laugh, and I feel like that's so necessary, like not even in a book but in real life. Like in a serious situation, you need that person that can just put a smile on your face, and I feel like that's Sawyer's character to a T. She's also such a strong character. Like the amount of stuff that she's been through is insane, so that's why I really didn't like Enzo, because he spends a lot of the book calling her weak and weak-minded and whatever, and she's actually an insanely strong person. I really like Sawyer's character. Enzo's character, I only started liking him in the last like 100 pages. In conclusion, I have rated this book a 3.5 stars, which makes me really sad because as we all know, the Haunting and Hunting Adeline duology is a 5-star duology for me, both books. So I had really high hopes for this book, but it just nothing. I don't think anything can top those. I really don't. It's a 3.5. I think some people probably would like it a little bit more than me, but I think some people probably wouldn't like it at all. So that's where I stand. I'm kind of like in the middle. Didn't love it, didn't hate it, but it is a good book, and I did really like Sawyer's character. So I already know what my next book is going to be because I have been waiting to read this book, and it blew up on TikTok, BookTube, Bookstagram. Everyone highly, highly, highly raves about this author. I'm so excited to finally get into this book, and that will be Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. Everyone's been reading this month, and I've been wanting to read it. It's been on my TBR for quite a while, but after everyone read it this month and has been just raving about it, it made me need to read it even more. And what is a more perfect time than this video? Very, very excited, have very high hopes for this. I know this is kind of like the duology that comes off of the Caraval trilogy, but a lot of people don't read the Caraval trilogy first, and I'm not going to be doing that. It's about Evangeline Fox. The love of her life is about to marry someone else. She's trying to stop the wedding, so she strikes a deal with the Prince of Hearts. In exchange for his help, he asks for 3 kisses to be given at the time and place of his choosing. But after Evangeline's first promised kiss, she learns that bargaining with an immortal is a dangerous game and that the Prince of Hearts wants far more from her than she pledged. He has plans for Evangeline, plans that will either end in the greatest happily ever after or the most exquisite tragedy. I'm literally so excited. I'm gonna start reading right now. So, I have actually read quite a bit since the last time I spoke to you. I'm currently on chapter 30, page 204, so we're literally like halfway through the book. So far, I'm really enjoying this. It's incredibly fast-paced. When you start the book, it jumps right into the story, which I love that because a lot of the time with fantasy, very slow lead up to the story. A lot of the time, the actual story doesn't start until over 100 pages, sometimes even over 200 pages. This is literally the opposite. That could also be because a lot of the world building essentially probably happened in the Caraval trilogy, which you're supposed to read before this. I love Evangeline. I love her character. I'm really invested in the story. I have like no idea where it's gonna go. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I'm honestly kind of confused. I can definitely see why this would be a good fantasy to go into because it is so fast-paced. I love it. It's also very easy to read. Like, I feel like sometimes fantasies, there's a lot of words that they introduce that you're like, what does this mean? I've just been looking up like fan art and stuff because there's a ton of it and it kind of helps with figuring out the book. I am really excited to see where this goes, so I'm going to keep reading. I just finished reading Once Upon a Broken Heart. I really enjoyed this book. I definitely see where all the hype comes from. Like I said before, it's incredibly fast-paced, very easy to read. It's not super difficult to read. A lot of fantasies, a lot of the time, can give you a headache, and this one is just fun. It's fun to read. It doesn't feel too difficult. It was a really good time. I had a lot of fun reading this book. It's very action-packed. It's just like go constantly. I want to read the second one. I want to read the second one now because I've heard that the second one is even better, so that makes me so excited because I did really like this. I decided to rate this a 4 stars. I didn't get that 5-star feeling, but I definitely really enjoyed it. I read it very fast, and I would 100% recommend this to anyone wanting to go into fantasy. I think this book is perfect for introducing yourself to the fantasy world. It makes me very happy that this video is going very well so far. Apparently TikTok decides to pick very good books to make popular, so. Alrighty, hey everyone! We are on the final book of this video, and for this one I decided I would let you guys choose. So over on my Instagram I asked you guys whether you wanted to see me read Daisy Jones and the Six or Archer's Voice. You guys chose Daisy Jones and the Six, which I'm low-key happy about because once I read this, then I can watch the show, and I've really been wanting to watch it. If you don't follow me over on Instagram, you definitely should because I always do little things like this, and and I want to do an Instagram chooses the books I read. So if you want to participate in that and in all kinds of things that I do over there, then definitely make sure to follow me. But I feel like this is a great book to end this video with. This book blew up on TikTok. TikTok is pretty much the reason that it became a TV show because it got so popular. I have heard nothing but amazing things about this book. So I am super, super excited to get into it and then finally be able to watch the show. If you don't know what Daisy Jones and the Six is about, what are you doing? No, I'm kidding, but really. Daisy Jones and the Six is just about a band in the 70s. Make believe, it's not actually real. It's about a band in the 70s. I guess it just goes through the lives of each band member. Let's get started. Hey guys, ignore my face. I got the moles on my face removed, so it looks really bad right now. I promise it will heal. I have to keep doing this video for you guys, so I'm sorry. So I've basically been like blowing through Daisy Jones. I'm currently on page 138. I'm really, really loving it so far. I definitely see the hype. It's very interesting, fast-paced. It's written interview style, so you get to see all of the different characters. It's not their point of view necessarily, it's just what they're saying about whatever's going on. So it's kind of cool because I've never really read a book like that before, but I really like it. It's kind of cool because it feels like this is sort of what you would see if we actually got interviews from the big rock bands in the 70s and 80s. The entire time that I'm reading, I'm just like picturing the show and like how they're gonna portray all of this, and I'm so excited to get to the show because people are absolutely in love with it. So I'm at the part where they have just invited Daisy to officially join the band. Ow. Oh my god. I didn't even know your head was stuck, you little shit. This is the toy in question. He's actually supposed to play with the squirrels that are inside of this, but he likes to play with the tree, so. So good. That was literally so good. I just finished Daisy Jones and the Six. This book was incredible. It had me hooked from literally the moment that I started it. I love the way that it was written in like interview style. It made it feel so personable with all the characters, even though you were getting points of view from like 8 different people. Actually more than that, probably like 10 people. But the way that it's written in interview style, you know, it's going in like order of the timeline. So it doesn't feel like you're reading all these people's points of views. I just really like the way it was written. I feel like books really aren't written like that. So I thought that was really cool. Just the whole story, the whole found family aspect, but the way that they all went their separate ways and kind of found their happily ever after at the end was just so beautiful. I gave this book a 5 stars. It was a 5 stars for me. Definitely see where all the hype comes from, and I'm now so excited to listen to the album and watch the show. Alright guys, so we have reached the end of this video. I've officially read 4 books off of TikTok that were huge books. I think this video was a success. All of these books were rated very highly for me. Does It Hurt was a 3.5 stars. This was the lowest rated one, but it was still a really good book. I really enjoyed it. Book Lovers was a 4.5 stars. Really enjoyed this book, and they just announced that they're doing a movie, so I'm so excited. Once Upon a Broken Heart was a 4 stars for me. This book was really good. Love this if you're wanting to get into fantasy. Highly recommend this book. And the one we just finished, Daisy Jones and the Six, a 5 stars. A great way to end this video with a 5-star rating. So overall, this video is definitely a success. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any content from me. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!